Go straight into business. When you're talking about one of the strongest, most intelligent, epically prolific personalities in the entertainment industry, you know who we are talking about. Highly renowned, highly respected. You just can't leave his name out. So in the studios right now, in case you want to know what is going on, just visit our social media handles right now. We are streaming live on Facebook. Just type ZED FM GH and just join us live right now. In the studios, I have with me Mr. Arnold Asamoah Baidoo, a seasoned entertainment pundit, journalist, actor, and aviation expert right here. So we are going to dive into beautiful discussions here. So in case you want to ask him any question, okay, you can send a text or WhatsApp number at 0544 321 0544 321 Okay. Bossman, it's good to have you in the studios.
Richard.
It's interesting.
It's nice to be here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my first time. I mean, I've heard about Z. This is my first time being in the studio.
Beautiful.
I'm honored to be here.
Oh, we are honored to have you as well.
Nice.
So, I met him in town somewhere, coded. And I was like, what's this? And I catch you.
Yeah.
And I want to say this on air that you are one of the most humble, star, I would say, because the way we spoke and how you were very open, highly free, and I don't even have to call you. I text and you instantly reply. It's something that speaks highly of you, and I really want to say kudos to you, boss man.
You're welcome, Richard.
Kudos to you, man. So we're going straight into business right now. We're going to talk about the identity and background. Arnold, you are known as a multi-phased professional aviation safety inspector, entertainment journalist, and an entrepreneur. For listeners who may not know the full scope of your work, how would you describe yourself in one sentence?
One sentence. Well, by the grace of God, I can say I'm very enterprising, very resourceful. Wherever I find myself, I try to let my value be felt.
Right.
And my influence also be felt. And so I need to make the presence count.
That's awesome.
So I'm very resourceful and very enterprising.
You heard it right there. And I'm going to make something very simple. You see, simplicity at its best. It tells you how clean this thing is. Anyways, let's go straight into the interactions right now. We're going to talk about your early career. What first drew you into aviation safety, and how did that journey begin before you became one of Ghana's most outspoken entertainment journalists?
So, where do I start from? The aviation side?
The aviation side.
Well, so I did my national service at Ghana Civil Aviation.
Okay.
And then right after service, there was an opportunity. There was some vacancy available, and so I had to prepare myself for it. Went for the interview, and thankfully I got into the business.
Okay.
And so it's the only place I've worked since national service.
I see.
For the close to 20 years, because I started very young.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've been in that space.
How young were you?
In my very early 20s.
Okay.
And I got in there. And so I've been in there for almost 20 years. It's been good. It's been good. I mean, ensuring that the airspace is very safe.
Yeah.
And there's this contention regards to whether road or air safety, which one is more safe. And I can assure you, on record, it's safer to actually fly than to drive.
To drive?
Yeah.
Percentage?
So, no, seriously.
On what percentage you're looking at both driving and flying?
Record says flying is more safe or safer.
Safe.
Yeah. Yeah. And so aviation safety has been our bedrock since. And so what we do is to ensure that the airspace is safe for flying. Yeah.
So how did it, direct you into being the outspoken, entertainment pundits that we have as now a highly celebrated one, of course?
Preparation, research, because I am of the conviction that when you are confident about what you know and what you have, it's easy to express it. And you express it in confidence because you are sure-footed in what you are saying. And so I always want to prepare myself before I get into a space where you got to be very expressive.
Right.
And you see, a lot of people are also discerning.
Okay.
The fact that you and I have the opportunity to always be on this platform doesn't mean we are the most intelligent folks in the business.
Definitely.
Most of the people who are actually watching or listening are very discerning. And so you must always come across as somebody who is on that level.
Right.
Because in the era of social media, if you make a blunder on air, somebody would call you out ASAP.
Yeah, I get it.
And so you need to be grounded in your approach.
Yeah.
In whatever you are articulating, you must be sure. And so I always prepare. I'm heavy on research, and because of these factors, when I sit on TV on radio, I'm very confident in what I'm putting out.
I mean, that's solid. And I'm talking about that. This week there was a trending issue with one journalist who passed a particular comment concerning the minister.
Yeah.
And one or two information also wasn't there.
Yeah.
What's going to be your take as an experience?
Well, first off, the journalist is human.
Right.
He or she is in that position to express his or her opinion on every related matter.
Yeah.
However, in expressing that view, you must attach the journalistic ethos to what you are doing.
Okay. Because
you are clothed as a journalist, once the camera is on you, whatever expression that emanates from your mouth should be carried in a journalistic way.
Right.
And so you should do away with the insult, the subliminals,
the ethics.
Exactly.
There should be those ethics.
Yes, you should be firm, fair, but you should take away the derogatory parts, the ones that we and be a journalist.
Right.
But then you are allowed to express your opinion as a journalist. So what for me, I think Lily did express her opinion on the matter. And it will surprise you that there are lots of people who actually agree with her on the score of giving I should speed the passport just because you understand. There are lots of people who actually agree with her. It's the way she went about it, the approach. I mean, she should have done away with the subliminals and just approach the issue as it was.
As it is. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. FG Students Highway 1019 Z101.9 FM. We are streaming live on Facebook. So type ZFMGH. Join us live. Drop your comments. I want you guys to really have a better interaction section with our main man right here. Arnold is one sort for man. Yeah. Call him the icing on the cake. Okay. We're going to talk about the balancing, in your career. How do you balance the technical precision of aviation safety with the creativity and unpredictability of entertainment journalism?
First, it's been by the grace of God. I mean, I can't take away the grace. It's very important. And what has helped me to actually keep that balance between the corporate field and then the entertainment field has been the fact that I've been doing it for quite a long time. I remember when I was doing my national service, I was also working for PNP as a reporter.
Oh,
and so the balance has been with me since.
Right.
It has not been easy, but for both ends, it has not been easy. Because now, because people are now getting to understand that I'm of different fabrics, it's made it easier. But at a point, folks in the entertainment industry were not grasping the fact that I could be here and I could be there. Yeah. And then the folks in the corporate entity could also not understand that I could be here and I could be there. But with time has really helped. People are now getting to grasp the fact that Arnold is a corporate guy and he's also an entertainment fellow. And thankfully, I've been able to weave myself or maneuver myself creditably or remarkably in both fields.
The remarkably is a word for
me.
Yeah.
So when you come to the corporate entity, there's that level of respect there as well. And then when you come to the entertainment or the showbiz arena, there's also that level of recognition there. And so it's just by the grace that I'm able to handle both industries, because it's not been easy.
And was there a time that you were like, Charlie, should I have to let one go, or like I need to,
not really, but I've faced challenges. Just like I stated earlier, at a point, my superiors in the corporate entity were not really understanding why I could be doing both. And then, of course, when they come to the industry, there's always, every environment, there's that level of enviness, backbiting, and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they don't understand. We are all in this field. How can he be there and be here?
Exactly.
How can we enjoying here and be enjoying here? Because I remember when I went to xylophone, when we were doing myself, Bulldog, way at xylophone music, I could write letters.
Okay.
Oh, I need to go to Spain. I need to go to here. I need to go to there.
Okay.
And they couldn't grasp, who is this guy? I mean, we are all here together. How come he's going to Spain? He's going to here and here and here and here to actually do corporate,
Right.
You understand? So it was kind of difficult at a point, generating that balance. But with time, people are now understanding that this is him. He has a multifaceted, identity. And so they embrace me here and they embrace me there as well. So with time, it's been good.
I mean, that's awesome right there. Okay, so now we are going into the industry experience. You have been in, the entertainment journalism for 15 years?
Yeah,
or
plus,
more? Yeah.
Plus, actually, this year should be my 20th anniversary.
So this year should be?
Yeah.
So that'll be 2 decades in there now.
2 decades. Yeah, two solid decades in this industry. Yeah.
So, writing for newspapers, online portals, and appearing on platforms like United Showbiz, which platform has given you the most freedom to express yourself?
Oh, man. Charlie, because I remember I started from PNP as a reporter. I did filler, weekly filler as a newspaper. I've done graphic showbiz. I've done quite a lot of newspapers. And then we did Raz newspaper, myself and Kwesi Abaji, my boss.
Okay.
We did Raz newspaper. Regards to radio and TV appearances, I've seen it all. I've been everywhere. I've done it all.
Charlie.
And I remember at a point, especially on weekends, I used to gallivant from one radio station to the other just to do panditry. But now, I'm very much settled at UTV, United Showbiz.
Yeah.
And I can say, to answer your question, it's that platform that, every other platform, remember GH1, the Pandit, myself, George Quay, Francis Doku. I did E-Zone with Amanda GC.
Yeah.
But, to answer that question, UTV, United Showbiz has catapulted me to that level.
Okay.
And anywhere I go, people recognize me purposely for that platform.
Now, so I'm thinking, having that platform, when I watch you, sometimes I'm like, how the heaven is he so calm? You have it when you sit there, you just watch the thing like, this will make a talk something, and the way you structure your words, it's so suiting. Sometimes I know that it can go to the area where you have to lose your guard and speak in a certain way. How do you control that moment?
Experience, and just like I said in my last submission, preparation. Because you see, when I get into that space, I'm thinking about that fellow who is actually watching. Because I keep telling you that, you see, they are discerning. And so you should not take the guy who is actually watching for granted. The fact that you are on that platform doesn't mean you are the most, sound person. And so I try as much as possible to be convincing.
Convincing.
Very convincing in my approach or in my articulation. and then be truthful.
Right.
Very honest.
Right.
And so once I have all these factors in place, I try to communicate and ensure that that fellow who's actually watching would grasp whatever I'm putting out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you're a young journalist listening, or you want to be a TV host out there listening, these are some nuggets you have to really take in right now. Because me, Seva the lane, because Charlie will be easy. Yeah. So we are going to go on a little music break. One of his favorite songs, Mensa featuring VIP, and they call it If You Don't Know. Stay tuned, don't touch that dial. Highway 1019 Z101.9 FM.
I'm killing you softly with just a smile. Yes, I'm a cook and I may miss your coat. We'll be back up, Mensa, the soul is smokes. And if you done cry, now vote. Which I'm rough, hey, for your own betterment. Hot like fire, just say she shit is a peppermint. Sister, for me, money, check me, take me blind slides. No, please, I'm a lonely friend. And Bobby will buy clubbing every day. And been a cry to pigeons, say NFL, Eddie Blade. Why you find Boko, set, double, when you part, you find sing phobia, nickel toko. Open rough for singing, Bama office, and the hello, my name is Kennedy. Do you still remember me? Somebody with Uno, Uber Germany, my papa. Charlie, what do you know? What? Feeling nice, wild, chilling nice styles, we mini mind try. Mommy, I love when we catch it in me red, white, meaning I'm pregnant. When you can understand the guy has a red eye. Say what? VIP, where you at? What? Show me move wide. Say what? Say what? What a mess up, Brian.
You know the song they go, you go to rap song for his eye. You should see him nodding his head like, I'm asking myself what's going through his head at this point in time.
I mean, this record is one of the well-produced records.
Okay.
It was actually done by DKB, not the comedian.
Okay.
DKB, the producer.
All right.
David Bolton.
Shouts to him. So what was about this song that makes it one of your favorite?
It's the production. Like I said, it's one of the well-produced tracks. It came in during the time that Hip Life was really
rising
in the system, and also Mensa, lyrically gifted.
You know, Mensa is one crazy. You know,
lyrically gifted.
Yes.
Highly underrated, but he's a pioneer. I mean, from Lifeline family to FOKN boys to him being Mensa himself is one of the lyrically gifted artists ever.
Wow.
And so the production and the Mensa as an artist make, and the VIP of course.
Most def.
I mean that collaboration was
okay. We are back on that highway with a discussion right now with our main man Arnold in the studios.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Now, I mean, talking about this gentleman here, you know, if he talks on this, we need to add some, grease to his elbow and things. I mean, I'm talking about recognition, talking about awards. You chaired the Ghana Music Awards USA board and being part of the organization Major Awards in Ghana. What's the most challenging aspect in ensuring fairness and credibility in award schemes?
Wow. Credibility and fairness in award schemes.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. I've been part of most of the major award schemes in Ghana. I've done VGMA now, TGMA.
Yeah.
I've done RTP. And then now Ghana Music Awards USA. You know, there are different types of awards. The awards industry, there are different types of award system. One is the honorary one.
Okay.
There's an honorary one where you and I may sit and say, okay, we want to do ZED Creative Awards.
Okay.
And so the honorary one, we just sit and say, okay, we are going to give awards based on certain kind of expertise, experience, or whatever it is, but we are honoring.
Right.
And so we don't need to go into that competitive mood. You and I will just sit and say, okay, DJ for his longevity in doing whatever he's doing or whatever he's done, we are giving him this award. And then there's a competitive one, where you actually put artists, if you are doing a music-oriented awards, or radio personalities, if you are doing RTP awards, you put them together, and then you set metrics. So the metrics is what we call criteria or criterion. And so for you to get into this field, you must have released a hit album, you must have garnered, appeal.
Right.
So you set metrics to that competitive one.
Okay.
And so usually when it's competitive, again, there are two ways. You can put together a board that is made up of experts or industry folks and say, okay, although it's competitive, select who tops based on the metrics that you yourself have set for the awards.
Exactly.
And so every award scheme comes up with its own metrics. And so, and then you can also throw it to the public and say, okay, based on these metrics, vote or select who tops.
Right.
You understand? And so when it comes to the fairness, it depends on how you want to approach the scheme.
Okay.
You can either throw it to the general public. So for example, the Grammys is for industry experts.
Right.
It's an academy that selects the potential winners.
Yeah.
But when it comes to TGMA, GMA USA, it's a public-oriented award.
Exactly.
And so once you give it to the public, you cannot come back and accuse me of underhand dealings.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, for example, GMA USA, the last one that we did, Empress Gifty won, and there was a whole braha over.
You know, I was actually going there.
There was a whole commotion as to why she won it.
Okay.
But what a lot of people forgot is that once it's a public-oriented award, what you should question is her ability to get into the nomination. But if you don't question her ability to get into that nomination list, you have no control as to how the public would vote. And so, and so you cannot come and question me when it's a public-oriented award scheme. If it's in the Grammy way where you have industry experts, then you can question the academy.
Right.
So, for example, if Drake or Chris Brown wins R&B Song of the Year, your query should be directed to the academy, because it's the academy members who actually selected Chris Brown over Drake.
Yeah.
But when it's a public-oriented awards where the public has a 90% edge
Exactly.
as to how
who should win.
Exactly. That's why you cannot come and blame me. It means it depends on the artist to actually make noise. That's another contention. Oh, so before the artist wins, does it mean he has? Yeah. But because it's a public-oriented award.
But is it that we can help the public to understand the scheme properly, the matrix properly?
What most often than not, by virtue of my experience in the award system, what they fail to do, the general public, is to follow the metrics. And then you and I have followed the TGMA for quite a long time. Once they see the nomination list, everything is thrown out of the window. So, for example, Artist of the Year. Let's assume in this year's Artist of the Year, there's Medical, there's Black Sheriff,
of course,
there's a Diana Hamilton, there's just Joe Metal, there's a Family. Like, let's say these are the people who actually are supposed to be in the Artist of the Year category, right?
Okay.
Now, once they tell us, go, let's actually vote for whoever deserves to be the Artist of the Year. You and I, as members of the public, we are not focusing on the metrics.
Oh, God.
That who had the biggest song, who had the biggest audience appeal. We are not focused on that. We are thinking about, I like Black Sheriff because I like his song, I like how he looks, and so I'm voting for Black Sheriff by virtue of the fact that I like him, not because I'm actually focused on the metrics. So that's a mistake a lot of us do when it comes to the scheme, and even for members of the academy, and even to some extent the board, they also have been part of the VGM Academy for years. When we go into that room to actually do the voting, we just they give us the sheet and we just start voting. Oh, you understand what I'm getting? So there should be before we go into the voting system, there should be a certain analysis that somebody should come and stand in front of us and say, okay, Black Sheriff, in the year under contest, he did A, B, C, D. Then like there should be that kind of lecture before I start voting, or I should do my own research before I come into the room to actually do the voting. And so because it's a weighting system.
Exactly.
Do you understand? It's a weighting system. I need to weigh how Black Sheriff did as compared to how Medical did based on the metrics. Yeah. Not vote because Medical is Medical. I should be And so for me, I think when it comes to the award system, that's what we are lacking. That level of understanding of what the metrics represent.
But don't you think there can be a consistent, reminder of what the matrix is, in as much as the voting is ongoing?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So before we walk into the room as academy members to actually sit and vote, assuming because you are the academy member, you are supposed to do your own research and weigh the artists based on their strength in the year under review. And so if that is not done, the organizers, for example, Charterhouse, should be able to give the academy members the opportunity and say, okay, the year under review, if it's about numbers, show us the numbers. The Black Sheriff, garnered this number of, streams.
Yeah.
Then when I'm voting based on a certain.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand? Analysis, proper analysis, critical analysis. Instead of saying, oh, Black Sheriff, I like his locks, so I'm voting for him over medical. No.
Yeah, I mean, I was only throwing to the public one because, as you said, the public will see the matrix, and when they start voting, they forget the matrix.
Yeah.
So can there be that constant, like, okay,
constant,
they should know because they don't mix it up?
Constant reminder. Because once you are doing it for the general public, you should let them know why they are voting for
exactly
what.
The point.
And so the PR machinery for the scheme is supposed to conscientize the general public as to the metrics, what you are voting based on these metrics. You need to do that education constantly, because otherwise then they are voting based on affinity. They are not voting based on any metrics or any concrete evidence.
I get that.
Yeah.
Highway 1019 Z101.9 FM. We're still with the main man, the boss man, the most prolific man you can find ever in this industry, Arnold, in here. So I want to ask this question, okay? Talking about controversies, does it help or hurt the industry?
You see, our industry it's an attention-driven industry.
Yeah.
Because you need the attention, right? So if you are into music, you need the attention to be able to project that kind of music. If you're into movies, so every product that we are selling, you need to be able to generate some level of attention to that product.
Yeah.
And so our industry has always been the attention-driven industry. Now, controversy always sells.
Yeah. No, that's true.
No. Controversy always
That's true.
sells.
Yeah.
And negative news travel faster than positive. Because, Richard, you and I can be here, right? If you hear a loud sound, boom, our attention will be drawn to that sound. Oh, what's happening? What happened? What happened to that sound? And so even science tells us that the body gravitates towards negative news. So when I pick the newspaper, I will not look at, on the front page, what would elicit my attention is the fact that there's a fire somewhere, or there's a bomb blast somewhere.
Right.
I will not be focused on that kind of where they've said,
something nice out there. Nah.
Yeah. So controversy there for our industry, it always sells. It always sells whatever products that you are pushing, because people are gravitated towards the negativity or the negative part more than the positive.
I see.
Yeah, that's why if I make a headline that dog bites man, it will make no make news. Man bites the dog. Would trend like what at all. Exactly.
Man went bite a dog.
Would trend more than And so for our industry there, it sells. So why would it hurt the industry? It doesn't.
So people don't know how to use showbiz properly. Sometimes they try to create certain negativity.
Okay, so that's stance.
You get it.
Stance is always and has always been part of the industry. The big production companies in the world, like the Paramount Films, the HBOs, these big film companies, when they produce movies, sometimes they actually draw a stand towards it.
Okay.
So maybe a Jennifer Lopez, a film features Jennifer Lopez and then Brad Pitt. These film studios would carve a story. Oh, that Jennifer and Brad Pitt were messing up during the set on set. They are lovers. They will spin it around.
Exactly.
You understand?
Right.
And so stunts has always been part of the industry. When I want to release a project, I can come up with a stunt around that project just to drive that attention to the product. It's very, very important, because without the attention, what's the point? Because in our industry, we are selling the product to a certain audience. And how would that audience get to know of it if we don't drive that level of attention to the product? And so stunt controversy, once it is healthy, is allowed.
So we are looking at this point in time, from perspective and your end. Has Ghana entertainment industry, matured in terms of professionalism? And are we still struggling with hype over merit? I want to know that.
we have come far.
Okay.
If we consider where we were in the 80s, in the 90s, in the early 2000s, late 2000s to where we are now, there's been a lot of progress.
Okay.
In all aspects of our industry,
Right.
from movie production, music production, artistry, stagecraft, event organization. There's been a lot of improvement in our.
But
our
don't you
industry.
think that we need more event centers, like bigger ones? Because sometimes you watch certain events and you feel like they could do more if they had a bigger space and all of that.
Well, Richard, you see, you are right. We need big, multi-purposed arenas.
Right.
When you go outside, the big arenas like the O2 arenas, the MSG, Madison Square Garden, and the big arenas, they are owned by individuals.
Okay.
And so what you actually figure it out, partnership.
Right.
One company will partner with another company and then they'll put together one of the biggest arenas in the world. Here, we are always focusing on government. What government is supposed to do is provide that environment, that convivial environment for business to thrive. And so it is not the mandate of government to fix big arenas. It's you and I, And so we need to drum that into the heads of business people, that it is not government's role to actually fix. It's individuals, partnership, forming conglomerates to actually fix this. Because when you go outside, the big arenas are not owned by government. They are owned by entities, business entities, that they come together, they join hands or come into a certain conglomerate and fix it. And so we should not always focus on government. And even when you even check the Palms Convention Arena, La Palm, the Grand Arena, these are owned by individuals, businesses. Charterhouse owns Grand Arena. Same Charterhouse owns the Palms Convention Center at La Palm. So we should let the business world know that there's some profit to be made in the industry. And so let's shift the attention away from governance when it comes to fixing of these multi-purpose, blast sitting theaters to the business people instead of government. So should the industry actually look for these investors to do that? Yeah, and that's why it's important that we speak highly of that of the industry to the business person. Right. So, for example, the latest issue about Kwesi Arthur with ground up Charlie. That doesn't help the investor confidence. It doesn't boost the investor confidence. Right. Because when another investor is sitting behind and see how it is transparent, that is not helping the investor confidence. So it's a mandate, you and I as industry people, to speak highly of the gains in the industry. Exactly. So that when that business or that investor is sitting there, you will know that, okay, there's a lot of gains to be made or dividends to be made in this industry. But if you are always on that level, we are not boosting investor confidence. I get that. Yeah. I mean, that's very profound. Recently, iShowSpeed visited Ghana and created a lot of buzz. A lot of buzz. And what do you think that visit means for Ghana and, the whole entertainment industry? Yeah. And what benefits do you see coming from such global attention? Yeah. First, I would like to commend everybody or every entity that was part of iShowSpeed's coming to. I think he announced his coming or the Africa tour somewhere last year in November. And then whoever convinced him that he should add Ghana to that list, shout out to that person or whichever fellows did that. Because streaming has become one of the biggest, especially when it comes to the digital space. Exactly. And considering his numbers, when I actually checked the international media and how they reported it, then I knew that there were a lot of gains. Wow. Because I saw portals like Complex, the Shade Room, Revolt, Washington Post, and the kind of audience they gave, to Ghana. You can't quantify it. You can't. It's inestimable because if I remember when during Katrina Feku's time, when we did a minute or two advert on CNN, we paid millions. Ooh. Yeah, we paid millions of dollars to actually do that advertorial on CNN, just boosting our tourism. Wow. And so you can actually estimate the amount of money would have injected.
I get it now.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
To actually have Washington Post, Complex, Revolt, the Shade Room. Do you understand?
Different lights you brought right now. Wow.
So we got all that for free, and that's via ISO speeds.
Wow.
Coming into the space to actually. Yeah. So the CNNs, everybody reported, and guess what? They were actually showcasing every stage of his being here, and that's free advertisement. You understand? And that's why I compared Katrina Fiku actually pumping $2 million into just CNN to show just a 2-minute advert on Ghana Stories.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And we haven't really looked at it from that angle at all. I mean,
the economic benefits is marveling. But you should have an open mind to actually embrace that effect. Okay. If you actually look at it, if you're myopic about it, you not actually recognize kind of benefits that gentleman's coming has actually done for our tourism industry.
Now, you speaking of entrepreneurship, as the CEO of Anberry Group, which plans PR, transport and merchandising. What inspired you to diversify into these areas and how to keep them all thriving?
So apart from what I do as entertainment journalism and aviation industry, just like I'm saying, I run a PR and communications consultancy as well. And very PR communications. And have if I tell you the clientele, the names of people that I work for in terms of PR and comms, you'll be amazed. I work with Sonny Baidoo. I work with Diana Hamilton. I work with Family. I work with Medical. I work with Nasi. I mean, I do PR works for all these people. And we've come to that space where these artists are now understanding that PR and comms is very, very important for what they do as well. Because it's an attention-driven industry. You need to position yourself in a way where your brand will be attractive. So your brand should be attractive to one, the audience that you are actually producing the music or the product for. And then the brand should also be attractive to the corporate entity. And so that you can win on both score. You can win with the people that you are producing the product for, and then win with the people who actually would also inject revenue into your craft.
Right.
Because it's all about capital.
Exactly.
And so produce a song for the funds, and also be in the position where you can go into the room and discuss the business with the business people. And so for PR and comms, that's what my company does. Actually, to position the artist in a light where he or she will be very attractive to the fans, because these are the most important people in the life of any celebrity, the fans. And also be in the position to look attractive to the corporate people who would come and invest in your craft.
Right. Charlie, you know why? You see why they tell you say this, man. It's be like say for putting brain from somewhere, then steady on for years, because it would obviously feed generations to come. Anyways, we're going for a music break. One of his favorite songs here, Shatawale, Bulletproof. Stay tuned, don't touch that dial. Highway 1019. We are on that highway.
ZED Pleasure Radio.
You say this love no be work for you, so you no go retire. Stop complaining, baby, stop complaining. I say I love you, but today no one contain me. I swear, the moon and the stars, I'll take you there, oh mama, my baby. I go take bullet for you. I said no be one, baby, no be two. I go take bullet for you. Make I protect you with my bullet
Pleasure Radio.
I said no be one, baby, no be two. I go take bullet for you. Make I protect you with my bullet proof. To love ya.
Sorry for saying criticize more.
Oh, my man, Wale.
You know, I played this song because of a question I was going to ask right now. You go take bullet for somebody. Obviously, we are coming into family. Yeah. Trying to ask you right now. You know, with such a demanding career across aviation, media, and business, how do you manage family life and keeping balance?
Richard, family is very, very important.
Right.
Because regardless of everything you do, you still go back and fall on family. And so it's important that I try and make a lot of time for family.
Okay.
I don't joke with family time at all.
Right.
And so when the opportunity comes, I'm always. Because there are no new friends. There are no new friends in the industry.
Right. I get it. Do you understand? But I understand.
Yeah. And so it's imperative to actually put family on that pedestal. Yeah. Because after everything is said and done, it's the same family that you follow. Right. And so I try and make time.
So we are thinking, you know, when Arnold is away from working, you know, all the stress, what hobbies or activities, you know, bring you much more joy and keeps you grounded?
I like reading a lot.
Okay.
Reading. I love to read. I know when I wake up and I get into the office, the first thing I do is to read news. Right. Both local and international. That way it helps. It opens your mind as to what's going on in the world. Because Richard, if you and I ask you what's going on in US right now, you should be able to tell me what's happening in the US. If I ask you what's happening in Ghana now, you should be able to tell me, you know, what's trending, what's actually going on.
Get it.
If I ask you what's going on with ICE in the US, what's going on in Minnesota or Minneapolis, you know, we should be able to have a discussion.
Exactly.
The fact that there's a demonstration in Minneapolis because of ICE, you know, shooting few people down. You should be grounded in terms of information, and so reading is key. And I like watching Brian's watching series a lot. Okay. Yeah, and I'm a very indoor person, and so
I see.
Reading, watching movies, sports, of course. You know what people don't get is when I show my sporting side small, they're like, but you are only intimate, but I know sports.
My sports journalist is here, the most expensive sports journalist in Ghana and Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I know sports a lot. Boxing, football, tennis. I'm in Australian Open. I'm following the Australian Open like crazy. And so I'm a sports person, but people don't know that side.
Mr. Versatile. So what team do you support?
Okay, so in England, I support Chelsea and then Man City.
Okay.
And then in Spain, I support Real Madrid. And
Hala Madrid.
I support Accra Suffolk.
You know what I'm saying? Hala Madrid. If you team that.
Oh, nice.
They both cry the time they score, you put the 3-2. No? Yeah. The 4-2, I mean.
Yeah.
I see.
Benfica. Yeah. But I'm a fan of Jose Mourinho as well. And so usually it depends. When
I mean, with the Chelsea love, obviously, you can't let out Mourinho. I mean, that's solid right there.
Yeah.
So if you had a chance to choose only one career path, aviation, entertainment, or entrepreneur, which one are you going for and why?
I'll go for the creative industry.
The creative industry.
Yeah, because the creative industry is heavily fixated on love and affection. Yeah, it's a love kind of affair when it comes to the creative industry. Everything else is based on, you know, opportunity. You know, I found myself in this space, but with the creative industry, it's something like there's some connection, and so I'll pick the creative industry above every other industry.
So looking at Arnold Asamoah Baidoo right now, what would be that one new thing you really want to try?
Because in this industry, I've actually done everything. You know, you talked about acting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was even next week we are doing Run for Your Wife, the theater theoretical play. We're going to Takrade, and so thanks to George Quay and Shoko, I've been doing theater as well. I think I've done 3 productions thus far.
Yeah.
I've done Run for Your Wife. I've done Akushika, and then I think I've done one more.
Awesome.
And so I've done music production, I've done movies, I've done, those times when our local industry was really on that scale. I did subtitling for, I've actually
You don't say.
Yeah, I've done subtitling for Chewa.
Wow.
Chewa 1, 2, and 3. With Soccer stuff, I could go to the office and then translate from Tree to
What's
English.
in your head?
I've done subtitling.
Crazy.
I've actually done everything in this industry. And so, let's see. Maybe own a record label. Because Richard, there are a lot of artists or underground artists who need that help.
Okay.
And so maybe in the next couple of years, I would want to.
What do you think that name will be? The record label?
When we get there, we'll figure it out.
Highway to 19 Z101.9 FM. I have one last question to ask him. So we're looking at the very beautiful moment when you're talking about the future. But now, legacy is a strong, virtue that, successful men need to really have. Now, if we're going to leave the aviation and entertainment, what advice are you going to give to the young journalists who want to really be fearless, but respected? It's very important for me to choose these words because we spoke about Lily Mohammed's matter. Yeah. So it's a very key thing for me and for you to share to the young ones listening right now.
Yeah. First of all, you cannot be in any domain and not know about the domain. So, for example, if you are into farming, you should be able to know about irrigation, and other elements that actually build that domain. You cannot be into the pure water business and not know about production, expenditure, and all. And so, if you really want to be in the music industry, you should be able to have the intricacies that build the industry. You cannot be in the music industry and not know about royalties,
right,
or music rights,
right.
And so, if you find yourself in the journalistic field as well, you should know about the craft,
right,
and that is learning. If you do not learn, you do not grow.
Okay.
And so, if you really want to survive and win in every field, you should be able to. I like the keyword survive. Yeah, you should learn. You should learn, and then collaborate. I always believe that if I do not know, I don't see what stops me from asking you if you know.
Right.
You understand? And so you should always learn, collaborate, and pray. Because at the end of the day, it's just a grace. You can do everything. If the grace is not there, forget. So yes, do the learning, do the collaboration, do the asking, but then still count on God to actually fix it.
Solid right there.
I'll take you there. Oh, mama, my baby.
Okay, Highway to 19 Z101.9 FM. It's time for me to drop the curtain right here. Very interesting moments with the main man in the building. Arnold Asamoah Baidoo, seasoned entertainment pundit, journalist, actor, aviation expert. You name it, and he will definitely deliver. So speaking of all that he said, I believe everybody out there have heard a lot, and you'd obviously learn more. So we're going to end with one of his songs right now, and I think it's the best one I will choose. Kwesi Arthur, Pray For Me. Stay tuned, Highway 1019 Z101.9 FM. We are definitely on that highway.
It's your lifestyle, leisure, and business radio.